Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Facing the Music with Terry Oldfield. My name is John Valdivia, producer at ithesound.com. This series, curated from candid conversations, will introduce a return to the mystery and wonder of existence, as well as our necessity to confront ourselves. We shall also feature selected pieces from Terry's extensive musical anthology. In this episode, Terry talks about his music career, his encounters with Hans Zimmer, and the concept of being an artist. Welcome to Facing the Music.
You know, I used to use a studio in London owned by Hans Zimmer before he became famous, and Stanley Myers. They had, the two of them had this studio in Chelsea, and he used to do a lot of commercials, 30-second commercials, and he had this Moog synthesizer, and he was always writing on keyboards, you know. And I said to him, well, do you ever run out of ideas? He said, well, you know, what I do is I start the click and I run it across the ad, and, you know, it's going to hit some good points. So I use that, because this was before we had the synchronization capacity of these doors, you know. Yeah, we used to have to run a click against the film, and he said that the most commonly used one was 96 BPM, and he said that the guys in the editing suites who put these ads together, they use clicks as well to get the cuts in the right places, you know. And so they record a click and they use that to get the cuts. And he said once you work out what click they were using, you can use that yourself and cut out a lot of the time involved in trying to make things fit. I was quite impressed though with that. His story is similar to mine with Spiral, actually, because he was making money, not much, but enough to run a studio, you know. And one day he was sitting on a stool at the Harrods juice bar, and he'd done the music, his first film, My Beautiful Laundrette, it was called. And this lady next to him, they got talking. He said, I got a little studio in Chelsea and do a lot of ads and things. I've just done this film, it's called My Beautiful Laundrette. She said, that was you, was it? And she was married to the producer of Rain Man. That was his Oscar. That you couldn't look back from that, you see. And that's a bar stool in Harrods. If he hadn't been on that bar stool, he would never have gone to Hollywood in that big way, you see. And that's really where we get picked up, when we're ripe and ready. He was, a very ordinary sort of guy, really, very clever. And Stanley Myers also. It's interesting how I brushed across these people in my life, you know, like Stanley Myers, Hans Zimmer. It's just a brushing, you know. It's a bit like the whole Osho thing here, the Rajneesh movement. If I had got off that train in Goa that day when I was leaving Goa and going to Madras, and there were all these orange guys saying, come with us. I said, no, I don't think so. And I went to Australia. It was one of those pivotal moments, though. If I'd gone that way. But then later on in my life, I signed with New Earth Records, and they're both original Rajneesh residents of the ashram in Pune, you know. big breakthrough in my career happened when I realized that my success lay towards the film music. Up to then, I'd been trying to get a record deal, following in the footsteps of my brother, I thought that was my way forward. But every now and again, somebody would come and offer me a job, little taste, and I'd do the job and I'd get, this is good, but no other work would come my way because I was still focused towards the record deal. But meanwhile, there were all these little snippets coming towards me of TV work. Once I surrendered to that, this huge wodge of TV and film work came my way. And out of that came the record deal. The other way around, you see.
Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be still. Be still and know. Be still. Be still. Be still and know.
I was going tunnel vision when, this is just a little bit pocket money. This work's not important. I've got to get my record deal. We go ahead with blinkers on. And meanwhile, the world is throwing all these clues. Actually, this is more your path. No. After I'd sent out all those cassettes and nothing happened, there was a real giving up. And so I went back to live on my Greek island and started whitewashing walls again. Then it came, you see, because it's never going to be possible to give up intentionally in order to make something happen.
Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be still. Be still and know. Be still. Be still. Be still and know.
And that's what a lot of the practices are all about, trying to work out how to let it go. And that's why they don't work. An artist is only an artist when they're creating. As soon as you come up with an idea, I am an artist, you're immediately diluting the intensity of that, because an artist or a musician is somebody who is really creating music. In between, when I'm not creating music, I'm not a musician anymore. But it can either be an idea or a reality.
Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know.
If I pick up the flute to play a top line, I need a lot of energy. And I think, I'm tired. I haven't got the energy to do that. But as soon as I sit down and play, the energy appears. The energy that's needed for that 100% playing, it's got to be 100%. Otherwise, it gets deleted here. I won't let it stay. I quite often find that there's a resistance to being totally present. And that resistance comes from the vestige of self. It knows it has no place in the present moment, in the flow of creation. It immediately is separate. Unless there's that total surrender into the present moment, it's not real. It's not 100%. So that self is afraid of the surrender, of the letting go into the playing, into the whatever it is that is coming through at the time.